Welcome to Day 6, your WordPress plugins. In this lesson, we're going to discuss about plugins, brief recommendations, and I'm going to show you how to find your plugins, how to install them, how to configure and activate them, and how you can deactivate your plugins. Whatever you need your website to do can be done with plugin. Think of anything you want your website to be able to do. There's always a plugin for that particular thing. Plugin is a piece of software that allows your website to do things it otherwise wouldn't be able to do. Like I told you earlier, think of anything, there's a plugin for that. Most of what we've done so far is just building a structure for our website layout. Now we're going to introduce plugins to help us perform some basic functions, and later in the video later in the training, we're going to go deep into developing and designing our pages. So your plugin can perform a lot of functions like sharing your blog post on social media, filling a contact form, enhancing your web speed and performance, creating pop-ups, and creating your product catalog for online sales. Although, as much as plugins are amazing, you need to be sure you don't have too much plugins on your website. Having too much plugins on your website could damage your website, make it slow. You might start getting all different sorts of errors. And always keep your active plugins updated. Don't forget, always update your plugins. This is just a brief recommendation of some plugins you might need. We have plugin for SEO. The top on the list is always Yoast. Then we have Rank Math. So you decide which one you want to use, Yoast or Rank Math. You can do your research and weigh the options, compare the two. Then we have social media sharing. We have plugins for social media shares and engagement. We have Mass Share or Scriptless. Do your research and decide which one you want to go with. In the practical session, I'm going to decide which one I'll be going with, but you might have a different choice. Then we have plugins for forms. We have WordPress forms and we have contact forms also. We have plugins for security like WordFence, like Securi, and we have page builders like Elementor or Beaver. Elementor is just so amazing, and it is what we're going to use to build our website in lesson 8. You will love it. It's easy to use and you have sweet looking website at the end of the day. Animation, whatever you want to add to your website, Elementor is to go to. There's BV also, there's DV, a whole lot of other page builders, but I'm going to stick with Elementor later in the training. Then we have e-commerce plugins like WooCommerce or Etsy. If you want to start selling product on your website, you should find out more about these plugins. So let's get into the practical class, how to find, install, configure, and activate your plugins. So we're going to log in into our WordPress dashboard. Once we're here, our WordPress dashboard, we go to plugin, see, plugin. But before we actually install our plugin, look at the options that we have: installed plugins, we have add new, and we have plugin editor. Don't go into this if you don't know what you're doing there. It's for people that can write code and programs. You can go in there and actually edit the functions of your plugin, but don't try it. It's going to mess up your site. So let's see what we have. Installed plugins, because I think the theme we chose came with some plugins. So that's what we're trying to check. At least I can use that to show you how to deactivate your plugin or delete your plugin. So we have these are the plugins we have. We have Jetpack, Loganizer. So to update your plugin, you'll see this kind of thing here. So we have our Yoast SEO. I think that came with the theme. So I'm just going to update now. See, it's updating. We have page layer. Let's update that too, even though we won't be using it. I'm still going to delete it later. Okay, so our plugin is updated here. Great. So that's how to update your plugin. To add a new plugin, you can either come here, add new, or click on this button here, add new. So just going to click here. And before we go searching for our plugin, let me just tell you, you can actually download your plugin from a third-party site also. You download it as a file, then you come here click on upload plugin and you'll be able to select the file. This install now button will be active and you click and your plugin will be installed. So, but that's not what we are doing. Actually going to find plugin here. So you can use the search button. Let's search for Elementor because we're going to use that. So we have Elementor Page Builder. See, check, it was updated 4 days ago. That's good. Plugins that are updated regularly means the owner of the plugin actually know what they're doing and they care about your security. Most of these things they update to actually add new features or make it more secure for your usage. So we see we have a very good ranking for this and it's compatible with your version of WordPress. So I'm going to install. See the installing icon coming up. So our plugin is installed already. We can activate it from here, right from here, or go back into the installed plugin. You'll still be able to access it and click on activate. So I'm just going to activate it from here. So getting started, this is more like the introduction, how to go about Elementor. You can watch the full guide, but I'm still going to give you an overview in lesson 8. So I'm just going to close this and I'm going to go back to, So I'm going to go back to our plugins. I'm going to click on add new. So I want us to install a form plugin also so that we can actually have a contact form on our contact page that people can fill. So let's search for forms. See, we have contact form 7, very popular one. We have Ninja Forms, very sleeky, I like the stylings. Then we have Formator, we have Formidable, different kind of forms, plugins you can use to develop your form. So I'm just going to go with this. I'm going to go with this. Okay, let's choose the one that was updated recently. This was a month ago, this was 3 weeks ago. So let's install Contact Form 7. But I'm also going to add this form. I'm going to delete one of these when we get to the plugin dashboard so that you can see how to delete a plugin. Then I'm going to activate. Once you activate your plugin, you can actually see, you can check this to see how to actually create forms with it, go through the details yourself. Take your time with it. You have the whole day to do this. So I'm going to go to the dashboard, plugins, install plugins. I'm going to find this one and I'm going to deactivate it. So it's deactivated and I can go ahead and delete it. See, are you sure you want to delete Contact Form 7 and its data? Yes. I went back to the dashboard and from the dashboard, I want to set up a new form. So I'm going to come here, WordPress form, and I'm going to try and see all forms that we have. Okay, we don't have any form here, so I'm just going to add new. See, add new. So I'm going to enter a form name. Let's call it Contact Us, and I'm going to just, I could create a form from a blank page, like a blank form. I'll be the one to add all the details and I could choose any of these simple ones, a suggestion form, simple contact form, newsletter form. So I'm just going to go with simple contact form. You can play with the blank and see what you can add later. This is what our form is going to look like. Contact us. We have name, first name, last name, email, then message, then submit. See, you can come here, simple drag and drop. Let's try one. So I can select location. Let me say I want to ask for location and I want Africa, Asia, and Europe. I can add a description. I say, where are you? So once that is done, see, I have that here already. So someone can just go to the form and click on this drop-down menu, and they'll be able to select any of this option. So these are other fields you can add. So let me say I want to add this single line. Let me say I want to add this, and I just want to say, tell us about your business. So I can just double click on it, then write, oops. There we go. You can see we have our contact us form ready. So you can play with any of these other fields, multiple choice option, check boxes, numbers, email. All you need to just do is drag and drop here. No code at all. Drag and drop. So I'm going to click on save. So tomorrow when we are building our contact page, I'm going to show you how to use this form. So I'm just going to click save for now. So far, we've been able to install our plugins. We've been able to delete some plugins. We've been able to deactivate and activate plugin, and we've been able to configure our form using our plugin form. Welcome back from the practical class. I believe you've learned something interesting, and there are some plugins you've already installed on your WordPress. I know you must have seen some amazing plugins, and you know which one you want to try on your website. Good luck with that. I can't wait to see you in day 7, where we're going to be creating pages and posts. Day 7 is very important if you're going to be creating different pages for your services or your product, and you need to learn how to create blog posts also. So that's what we'll be diving into tomorrow, day 7. See you tomorrow.